Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and this is my beautiful wife, Corey Silva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty, Silva Lending, and Silva Property Management, and we've been in the real estate and mortgage industry since the early 2000s. We're super excited to have you here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us and always showing your support. We love having you here on the show with us. So, welcome to the final week of February. Just 1 week to go, and then it's March Madness. Woo!
March Madness. You know what's so funny is I've never been into March Madness. Like the basketball, people go nuts.
They do.
It is really fun to fill out that card. You know, like it's the tourney card, and they always have something on ESPN. If you get all the games right, which I don't know what the odds of that are, you win $1 million. And who knows what it's going to be this year?
Ooh.
I don't know if anybody ever wins. I never follow up on it.
Have you ever done it?
No, because I don't know enough about basketball, and even if I did, there's going to be upsets.
Right.
There's always some Cinderella team that's like ranked 15 and they play a number 1 or number 2 seed and they win.
Right.
So, no, I don't know enough about college basketball. I don't know why I've never gotten into it. Way back in the day, UCLA used to be really good.
Right.
When I was like, I don't know, in the 90s. And I started watching more basketball then, right? Because it was an LA team, right? And that was the last time. It's 30 years ago. Haven't been into March Madness since.
I never really got into it either. But hey, I know a lot of people love it. And so March is almost here. It seems like every week has been jam-packed and time is just flying by every single day. We started the year off on vacation, which was nice. And that felt like it was forever ago. I can't wait till the next vacation because...
Me too.
Oh my gosh, Hawaii's calling my name. So, and now we're entering the third month of the year. Oh my gosh, this is just so crazy. So we started the year, like I said, on vacation. January was the busiest January we've ever had. And February has been the busiest as well. So do you want to talk about how you're taking all that in? How's that feel?
Number one is just grateful.
Right.
Grateful for all of our clients, all of our friends, people, even if they're not our clients and they're telling people about us, right? Like that's huge, right?
It's amazing. We're so appreciative.
So gratitude is the first thing I want to talk about when I talk about our best December, January, February, right? Gratitude.
Absolutely. Hey, Lulu's here.
Hey, Lulu.
Hi, Lulu.
Thanks for joining
us.
So gratitude is how I start off. Thank God, everything, right? And then I could say it's just been insane in a good way. I don't mind. I think I thrive when I am going 100 miles per hour. Since I was little, I like to just go, right? And that's why we're starting the show so late today. It's like 12:19. I didn't stroll into here in here till like 12 o'clock.
Yes.
And that's because I had a meeting this morning. We dropped off keys to one of our buyers.
Which is awesome.
Which is amazing.
Congratulations. We're super excited for you all.
So yeah, I'm loving it. I'm ready to go. And I love coming here. It's so funny. We were talking about this last night. We actually get to sit down and talk to each other for an hour.
I know. Chris said, I really want to spend more. I love the time I get to spend with Santino. I love the time in the morning that I get to spend with Nola. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I love that hour I get to spend with you on the podcast. I'm like, yes, I love that too, but that doesn't count. Like, we need to make some time.
We do.
Hang out, chill, and it's not work involved. So.
No, we totally do. We'll get there. I mean, in the mornings it's tough unless we both decide to wake up early. Maybe we could do like a yoga session in the morning.
There you go.
That means we got to wake up like at 5 o'clock, girl, to make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
That means we got to go to sleep at 10.
Okay.
All right.
It's on. I'm going to hold you to it.
We'll see if we could even at least pull that off once or twice before the next show.
Let's do baby steps once.
Okay.
We'll make it happen.
All right, let's see. We're gonna follow up on this next week. See if we actually do it.
So you're catching us in the middle of our podcast, giving our podcast a little facelift. If y'all haven't noticed, we have some naked boards behind us that still need a little help, but now we have multiple cameras, extra seats, new audio, more cameras everywhere, and lighting. So last week the lighting was off a bit, right? But this is all trial and error. We're trying to get things up and running, and we didn't want to put off not having a show. So everything's under construction, and we're looking forward to having the walls finally decorated and complete. We're running into some challenges, right? Because we want a company who could come out and actually help us do that and not do a DIY. So if any of y'all know somebody who is really good at interior design or like set design, we just need help with these walls. So please send us their information. We would really, really appreciate it. Right, babe?
Absolutely. I mean, it's tough because I love the podcast. I love doing the show. But this is one of the many things that we do, right? We it's all about family and work first, and then we do the podcast. So it's really hard to find the time to find somebody, and I've tried, that can actually do this work. I don't even know where to begin to look.
Well, we've reached out to a few people and they're like, well, we don't really do that, but I could refer you to someone else. And we're just like at a time schedule now, and we just need to have it done. And we have some alternatives of what we can do on our own as like a DIY. Right. But we have a vision. It's already there. We just need someone to actually put it there for us. So if anyone knows anyone who could just help us get these walls done, we would be so grateful. Thank you so much. Reach out. Thank you.
And we're waiting for our fourth chair.
And our fourth chair, yeah.
One of them got delivered damaged, right? Mm-hmm. So it's funny. I mean, look, anything in life that is good or, that you enjoy, most of the time you got to work for it.
Yes.
Even
it takes time.
It takes time. Mm-hmm. It doesn't just happen right away. So it's okay. We're okay with putting in the work.
Well, so you like the new format so far?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I do. 100%. It just takes getting used to, right? It doesn't matter if it's better. If you're not used to it, you don't appreciate it as much.
Right.
So it's way more comfortable. Mm-hmm. The chairs are way better. That's number one. Mm-hmm. So I'm relaxed. I'm ready to, I love it, but I can't wait for it to be finished and complete.
Yes.
Then I think I'll really be in love with it.
I think so too. Well, switching things up a bit, parents, when is the right age to talk to your kids about the birds and the bees?
Oh boy. So that really snuck up on us.
Well, now Santino and Nola have like talked about babies and being in tummies and stuff like that. And sometimes they'll ask me questions like, so the baby comes out of your tummy? Yeah, like right out of your tummy. And then I'll have to have that conversation with them. And usually it's like right when they're going to bed at night, they have like all these stories they want to talk about. And I'm like, really, it's really time for you to go to sleep, but I can't pass up that opportunity to talk with them. But they were asking, okay, so we know where the babies come out from because I've already had that conversation with them. I'm not going to lie and make up something like a stork brought them. Like, I don't know if when you were little, did people say that, oh, a stork brings the baby? Like, no, don't lie to your kids about what really happens, right? So they know where the babies come out from. But Santino's like, well, but how are the babies made? And this was during breakfast yesterday, I think.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, well, I had to just tell him like, oh, it's like, well, when we watch National Geographic, when animals make babies, it's very similar. And he's like, oh, okay.
Now he doesn't think of his parents as animals.
No.
Wild animals.
Savages. Oh, my Lord.
It crept up. I was like, where did this just come? Man, this went to left field real quick.
And Chris just stayed quiet and looked at me like, are you going to answer this question?
I didn't stay quiet. I literally said, hey, Mom, you want to take this one?
And then immediately went silent. I'm like, okay, I got this.
Because I have a bad habit of like being too truthful and over explaining stuff to the kids sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you just go way too far.
I go way into detail, right? And I'm like, I'm going to leave this one to Bob. I think Bob could handle this one a lot better than me.
I'll handle it a little bit more gingerly. Yes. So any parents who are watching right now, have your kids asked? And if your kids are grown, when was the time that you actually talked about it? It takes me back to a time when my Aunt Vonnie, if any of you know my Aunt Vonnie, they always call her like crazy Aunt Vonnie because she's just wild. She's out there. She says like the most off the wall stuff, makes you uncomfortable all the time, right?
She is like a hippie, right? She is.
That's a perfect explanation.
That's when she was like in her prime, right? So yeah. That's what she reminds me of.
Yeah. So Auntie Vonnie, she's just like says off the wall stuff. And when we were kids, I think either my brother or my cousin may have asked her where babies come from. And so she put on this documentary of like how babies are created and how they're born. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I think we were 6 and we watched it. And my brother and cousin were just like, what the heck?
But wait.
What is this? Or maybe I was 8. I don't know.
What were you watching exactly? Like,
it was like a documentary about, I don't
did it
remember.
have like cartoon and like, did it have cartoons when the babies were like?
No, it wasn't a cartoon in any way, shape, or form. It was like documentary style, like maybe like a National Geographic, like how babies are made. I don't know the exact title, but
yeah, but it was like nudity in it.
I don't think so.
I
If
hope
there
not.
was, I tried to
I
maybe
hope
block
not.
it
That'd
out.
be so weird.
But my mom and dad were like, "You showed them what?" Because she's just crazy. Like, she's like, "Okay, I'm going to show you." And then she would just talk about like all the stuff in detail afterwards just to make you uncomfortable. Like, why did you do that to some kids? If she's watching this, I'll have to, why'd you do that?
So that was your first talk ever having, about the birds and bees was with your aunt?
I guess it was not like the talk, but she showed us this video on how babies are made.
I never had the talk. Like nobody ever.
I
know
think
what?
like the first talk was with my mom. She talked to us about that.
The first time, wow, I just thought about this. The first time that like sex was ever brought up, right? I'm like in 5th or 6th grade. Every boy tries to act like we know more
Right.
about sex than we do. I didn't know anything about sex, right? And I remember,
But it's cool, right? If you know all this stuff.
well, I was living with my grandpa, right? My grandparents raised me, if anybody doesn't know that, and they had split up. And I stayed with my grandpa Monday through Friday because all my friends were there. My school was down the street, right? And my grandpa was never home. So like anytime I wanted dinner and there was nothing at the house, I would go into his dresser. I would call him and he would say, "Go into the Mesa Noche, go get some money, go buy yourself some food," right? And I was like, I don't know, 9 years old and maybe 10, I don't know. And I'm with Joe Mejia, if Joe's watching this, right? Still one of my best friends, brothers, basically. And he's with me in my grandfather's room. I open his dresser drawer and there's condoms in there.
Grandpa.
Right? This is my grandpa. This isn't my dad. This is
He
like,
was being safe.
Listen.
You have to give him some credit.
listen, Linda.
Listen.
I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what a condom was.
Right.
And then Joe, he's 2 years older than me. He just starts busting up. "Your grandpa's a player." And I'm hurt by it because I'm still hoping that my grandpa and grandma get back together, Right. So that's how I learned about sex.
Joe told you about it?
Well, that's like my first time ever talking about anything to do with sex. I had no idea what a condom was.
Right.
I just didn't think that way.
Well, you didn't need to know because you're a kid,
Yeah, but I think some kids mature faster than others and want to know about that stuff. I didn't ever think about that stuff. Like I was having fun at the after school playground. Maybe I was in like 5th grade.
Right.
I was not thinking about anything to do with that. And that's my first introduction to that stuff.
Wow. Oh, well, thanks, Grandpa, for teaching him about that. Tanya's here. Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
Thanks for joining us. So if you happened to watch last week's show, you know that Chris attacked me with the biggest bear hug for Valentine's Day and injured my back.
You know what's so funny? If you go back and watch last week's show, you were like, "Yeah, Chris gave me too much love and broke my back." And I was like, "Damn, I blew your back out." Is what it sounded like.
Did I say too much love or too many hugs?
It was something like that, but it sounded like I blew your back out. And I I was like, "That's not what happened."
Wow.
Just gave her a little bit too much of a hug, and that was it. And poor thing, it didn't happen like right away, right? It was like an hour later you started really being in pain.
Yes, it was horrible. I was like, threw my back out.
I don't know, my own strength, girl. My bad.
Oh my gosh, you're just so strong.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
how are you feeling now?
Oh, so much better. I went to the chiropractor not once, not twice, but 3 times already. Scheduled to go again today. I just got to get my back right. I'm like 50% there. But
that's it?
Like maybe
Come
75%,
Okay.
maybe. The thing is for those of you who go to chiropractors, or if you haven't gone, like you go there and they'll adjust your back and it'll get a little bit better in the spot that hurt, but then other spots start to hurt because they're moving things around. So it went from like low back pain where it was unbearable, like couldn't even kneel down to pick stuff up, to having a little bit more range of motion to now my mid back hurts.
Oh boy.
And now it's like crept all the way up to my shoulders and neck. It's crazy.
Yeah. So what did the kids had said? "Mommy, aren't you better? You went to the chiropractor. Aren't they supposed to fix you?"
Yeah. So Santino was like, "Mommy, how come you're still in pain? You just went to the chiropractor today." And I said, "Oh, well, no. Apparently, according to the chiropractor, he can't just fix me on the first time. I need to come back at least 3 times to keep him in business. Like that's what they got this plan. They put you on this 3-visit plan, you know. I was just like, wow, did he really just say that to me?
That is so funny that somebody would tell you that.
Right. I know. I was so taken back by it that I told my kids, and then the next visit I reiterated it to the chiropractor because I could not believe that he said that. Like, really, guy?
That's when you give no Fs.
Right?
He's like, whatever.
You're going to just keep coming back here, break your back again, throw it out. You got stresses. It's all good.
That's so funny.
But he is a good chiropractor. Did a good job.
He's really good.
Yes.
Yeah. He's who I go to for my back. And there's somebody else in his office that I like for my neck. Mm-hmm. That like you go to him. So
yeah. Dr. Goss, Dr. Levine. They're really good over at Unruh.
Unruh Spine.
Thanks for taking care of our backs, getting us back to business. Now I could actually, go about my day and not be in pain. The kids and Chris took such good care of me while I was healing. Let me rest a lot. So thank you for that. I appreciate you.
I felt like Cinderella girl. I was nonstop doing. I mean, I do a lot of dishes anyway and laundry, but like, I did every dish, right? So I was like, man, I don't know how long this is gonna last. How do I implement paper plates all the time? We need paper bowls too. It was a lot of dishes.
Paper cups, everything, right?
Paper cups. We were eating fast food a lot because Daddy was in charge of dinner.
Oh my gosh. Hey, whatever happened to that thing you said you wanted to do where you would cook one dinner a night per week?
Yeah, I wanted to cook once a week. It just hasn't happened. When do I have the time? When? There's no time at all. I would love to. I need to get to that. I think the first thing I need to do is try to plan out a few meals that I can actually make, that I could pull off. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. If anybody has any good recipes they could send me, our kids are vegetarian and Corey will pretty much eat anything, but it has to be in the same family of food because I'm not trying to cook 2 separate meals for one dinner. Like one of the dishes will have meat, one won't, but it's the same dish. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, you want to actually have meat incorporated in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
You're carnivore.
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah. Help Chris out,
But I have made plenty of breakfasts.
Yes. Thank you so much for
Just
that.
dinner, I haven't made it there
I
yet.
appreciate you doing all that hard work while I was recovering. So we were also all set to go to Disneyland on Friday, but ended up canceling it. Chris is like, you're going to pay for it. You're going to regret it not being 100%. So thank you for reminding me to cancel it. We got no penalties, thank goodness. But I did miss out on Disneyland. I was missing Disney.
It's totally fine. It's going to be there.
It's
still there right now. We don't need to go every week. It's cool.
But I love going. It's so much fun. Just the smell in the air, the vibes, the magical Disney vibes, the music. I love it.
So when's the next Disney appointment? Do we have one?
In March. But I have 3 days planned back to back.
What? Wait. I didn't sign up for this.
I know you didn't
3 days
sign up.
in a row?
Yeah.
Trying to throw my back out.
I'll get you a scooter.
No, girl.
You could chill in the room then.
Wait,
That's
we're getting
the
a
beauty
hotel
of it.
too?
I haven't booked the hotel yet.
What is happening right now?
I don't know, but there's a strobe light going on.
I think we might have a kukui in here.
La Llorona.
It's the Disney gods. I don't know what.
I know.
Maybe it's Hercules.
It's like the Haunted Mansion. So anyways, yeah, it's not for sure. I haven't booked the hotel yet, but they did send an email about discounted hotel prices. So if anyone's got the hookup, friends and family, let us know. I need to book the hotel over there.
We're not going for 3 nights. What possessed you to do this?
It's the 3 days before everyone else's spring break. So the kids get out a half day on a Wednesday, and then they have that Thursday and Friday off before spring break, and then they have a whole week off. So I was like, let's kick off the spring break right and go to Disney.
Oh boy. Well, Wednesday we have a show.
It'll be after the show.
So maybe Thursday and Friday we could pull that off, but 3 days in a row you're tripping. We're not doing 3 days in a row.
Okay.
So in March we'll talk about how we did 3 days in a row.
I just said, okay, that's what you think. That's what I'm thinking in my head. That's what you think, buddy. We're going.
Oh, boy.
So speaking of Disneyland, our producer found this retro commercial from 1992. 1992 is not retro. When did 92 become retro?
It's 30 years ago. So you're old and I'm old.
Oh, my goodness.
Just accept it. the sooner you accept it, then it's okay, right?
Yes.
That 30 years ago, I was 12.
I know.
I'm 42 years old.
You are old. So am I.
Yeah. It is what it is. My grays have turned to white.
Yes, they have. And you're not covering them up anymore. So getting back to this retro commercial from 1992, it's a commercial from Disneyland advertising the SoCal resident pricing, even back then. So I think that's probably right around the time they came out with that SoCal pricing, right?
I'm not sure, girl.
I don't know, because I feel like they used to have like these great deals back then.
I mean, we've been going to Disneyland for a long time. When we started dating, after 18 though, when we can afford to actually go, right? Like to get
I think we were going like when we were 17 or 18, and we actually had a pass.
We both had jobs, so I could see that happening.
Yes.
Nobody paid for it. We paid for it.
I think it made sense to buy it if you went more than 2 times, and now it's ridiculous. So anyways, let's take a look on this blast from the past. It's the Disneyland retro commercial from
black
92.
and white colors with Disney. Like I don't see it. Where's all the colorful magic?
It's back. An offer so hip, only Southern Californians will get it.
Disneyland for $20?
Whoa, excellent! Only $20. Cut! Action!
$20 for Disneyland? Pencil me in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I think
boy.
I remember this commercial.
$20?
Yeah, only $20.
It's so LA.
I wonder if any of these actors are still
back.
acting.
Don't miss
I hope not.
Disneyland for $20. It's too hip. It's back.
It's too hip.
Well, we definitely know what their demographic was back then.
Oh my Lord.
There was no color
That's exactly what I was thinking. That was so vanilla.
in that promo at all.
Oh my goodness.
So
anyone else notice there's only white people in that commercial? That's what our producer put on there.
that was the first thing I noticed. I was
Me
like,
too. I was like, wow. Okay.
damn, it was the 90s. Like we had hip hop in the 90s.
I
It wasn't all like
know.
totally tubular.
Dude, like from in LA, like there's a big melting pot, man. Why
LA
did you
is
only
the
have
biggest
those
melting
dudes?
pot probably in the world. It's one of them for sure. With
Right?
New York, right? And like that was our representation in LA.
Well, I guess only white SoCal residents could afford $20 back in 92. Dang. That's messed up.
Back then Snoop could do it too because he was getting that 20 twin. He could afford a dub sack too.
Dang. Oh my Lord. I mean, take me back for that $20 pass, but
Girl,
like,
parking is $30.
are you kidding? It's $35, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay for parking.
Yeah, I'm the one paying for it when we go in there, but we get a discounted price with our pass.
Man, $20. You can't go to McDonald's drive-through for $20 anymore.
That's insane.
I had burgers the other day. It was like $55 for two meals.
Not at
for lunch.
McDonald's.
No, but still, it's burgers.
It's insane.
It's insane.
The prices, the inflation has just gone through the roof.
Through the roof.
Yeah. So Tanya's cracking up. Oh my goodness. That commercial looked really familiar though, because I remember seeing Mickey riding in that car with that guy. It's so weird.
It's so funny. Was that a thing back then, like to have for people that were in corporate, right, setting, to have suspenders? The guy had suspenders on. I think that's when Wall Street was big.
Yeah, he was holding up his trousers.
There's a movie with Charlie Sheen and Michael Douglas, and I think it's called Wall Street. And anyhow,
Oh yeah, I
that
remember
was the
that
look.
movie.
That was
And
the
the
look
brick
back
phone.
then.
The brick
Yep,
phone.
and the big phone. That's right.
Pencil me in. So Evelyn said, just got to the airport. We will let you guys know when we land.
Aw.
Have a safe trip back. We miss you already.
We love you guys.
We love you. We can't wait to see you guys again soon. Oh man, I love when they come visit. I wish they would just stay. Move back.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
Maybe we will. That would be awesome. So last week, catching up with the Silvas, we had a pretty busy week, like usual, and I had the opportunity to volunteer in Nola's classroom, which is always awesome. I love going there and just seeing her in her element, along with her all her other little friends and not friends in the class.
I gotta say, you are amazing because you were broken. Like you could barely move around. You're like kind of waddling when you walk, right?
Yeah, it was bad.
It was
I look like
really-
a penguin.
You look like a penguin, or you pooped your pants. One or the other. But that's
I did not poop my pants.
but that's how you
thank
looked.
you.
That's how you looked.
I look like I pooped my pants.
Well,
Great.
It was the walk, or I'm sorry, it's the walk right before you poop your pants, right? You had this like,
Oh, my
you could tell
Lord.
every step hurt that you
It
were
did
taking.
hurt.
And you went and you volunteered. I think any other mom would have canceled,
Yeah.
but you didn't want to leave Miss Johnson hanging.
No.
So you go to the class and then you sit in those little mini chairs. I was like, girl, you're going to throw your back out again. And you did. That set you back a few
Credit
days.
to Mrs. Johnson. She offered me her chair, and I think my pride was just like, no, it's okay. I got this. I'm good. She's like, are you sure? I should have just taken it. I should have swallowed my pride, sat in her big comfy chair. But no, you know what happened? My back, it got messed up. It got messed up.
So we're going to take a break to fix this light. Or we might have an exorcism in between now and when we come back on. But we hope to be back with you guys in just a couple minutes.
Please don't leave.
Welcome back to R&R, Relationships and Real Estate. Thank you so much for anybody that stayed. Hopefully the rest of you guys come on back. We had some lighting issues. We performed an exorcism. We were able to get a priest here like in 2 minutes. So we're all good now. I think
my
all the
Lord.
bad juju is gone.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So now we're back.
Welcome back. Oh my goodness. So getting back to the show, we were talking about what has been happening this past week for us. So as you all know, we take our kids to Checkmat in Valencia, and they practice jujitsu there. Oh man, this light, not again.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're going to roll with it.
We're gonna roll with it.
Anyways, Nola got MVP last week, and I'm so proud of her. She has so much fun doing it, and so does Tino. You know, it was a big deal for her because recently, you know, she injured her ankle.
Right.
So as she's been going back to jujitsu, she's been taking it kind of easy. And that day was like her first day back where she was like fighting. So proud of her.
And not to take anything away from any of the coaches at Checkmat, but when she gets an MVP and it's from Professor Lekka, she always tells me, Daddy, guess who gave me the MVP? I'm like, who, baby? The champion.
The champion, yes. She's so cute.
She's so cute. She loves Professor Art, Professor Lekka.
All the coaches.
All the
there,
coaches.
yes.
She loves going there. But it's like she gets this extra, like, the champion gave me this.
Yes,
you know?
it's so amazing. And speaking of the champion and Professor Art, we really need to get them here on the show.
Well, once we get this light fixed, we'll get them on the show.
Yes.
You know, look, this is part of it, right? These are part of the growing pains, and it's okay.
Right.
It's okay. You know, like this is all part of it. Eventually, we'll have everything done. All these little kinks will worked out. But you know, we're doing this in between a crazy hectic day, right?
Right.
You know, we started the show at 12:15 because I just got here, so it's part of it. It's growing pains.
That's all right.
Appreciate it. It's like when you move into a house, and you know, you got some things that you got to work on when you get there.
Like leaky faucets.
Whatever.
Whatever. You roll with it.
You roll with it, and you just enjoy the process.
Well, thank you so much. Now that we're back from Jersey, let's get back to this show. So this past Monday was President's Day, which means we had a 4-day freaking weekend. It was so nice, like having 4 days off in a row. Am I the only one here? Can everybody else agree? 4-day weekends are amazing. Like, can't we just have a mandated 4-day weekend?
It would be nice. You know what's funny is we have a lot of clients that have 4 days on, 3 days off, and they work 4 10s, right? And it'd be funny if we could work 4 10s and actually get 3 days off, but we work more than 4 10s.
Right, I know.
We work
It's
like 10,
nonstop.
12, 13 hours a day. But I enjoy like little breaks. For us, we don't get
Yes.
4-day weekends. We get little breaks in between.
In between. But the kids loved it because they didn't have to go to school. So they were super excited about that. They had the opportunity to sleep in and just kind of hang out during the day. And the weather was amazing this past weekend. Can everybody else agree? Because I loved it. It was so nice, crisp, getting a little bit of warmth. It was nice.
And you know what? You were hurt this whole weekend
I know.
and you still enjoyed yourself. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
It was nice. We did a lot of outdoor stuff with the kids. I took them to the park.
Chris took them to the park, which was nice. He said, you know what? Why don't you just stay here, do some things for you. I'm going to take them to the park. And it was nice. I actually took myself to go get a mani-pedi, and those don't always turn out so great for me. Ever. Am I just too picky? I just need to know.
I don't know. I think it's okay to be mediocre nowadays is what the culture is, because if I went to get a manicure or a pedicure, somebody cut me, I might want to cut them. You know what I mean? Like,
That's how I felt.
That's
I was
why
like,
I don't go.
how is this your job and you do this every day and you cut my toe? Like, that's like the biggest fear that I have when we go to get a pedicure. And that girl cut me.
that's a no.
I
Can't
s-
cut the totos, huh?
No. I screamed so loud. I was like, ow! I know everybody was looking at me and judging me, which that's fine. But that girl cut my toe. It hurt. She's like, went to go grab my foot to pull it closer. Oh, you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Don't touch my foot.
Man, what if you would have kicked
There was
her?
like blood, everything.
What if you would have? Your reaction would have been to just kick her on accident.
No,
You know,
I
like
needed to
the
get my foot
reflex.
away from her. I didn't want her to cut me more. Sheesh, that would have been awesome to kick her right in the face. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to kick
Wow.
nobody. But I was irritated because I'm like, first of all, you're going to cut me, but then you don't even give me the option of what type of pedicure I'm going to get. Like, how do you not know what I want? You're just going to decide for me what I want.
Do they have something that stops the bleeding?
They're
Like-
supposed to put stuff on it because I've been cut another time by somebody, and they usually put stuff on there to stop the bleeding. She didn't do that.
I mean, how much was it bleeding? Was it like a dot of blood, or was it like it got on some more toes, like the blood leaked over to like some other toes? Like how much
Wasn't
blood are we
that bad.
talking about?
It was like 4 dots of blood, maybe. A little
Oh
bit of
my
dribble.
gosh, the way you said it was like ah.
She cut me. I'm sorry. Don't cut me on my toe. My toes are sensitive. I'm trying to go there to relax, not get cut.
What toe was it?
My second toe.
Oh boy, that's the big one.
It's not a big one.
The long one. The long one. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to mess you up.
Oh, totally kidding.
I love that you've made light of me getting cut at the freaking salon.
We need to make some kind of light up in here.
Oh, my Lord. But yeah, I'm just not satisfied when it comes to go getting mani-pedis. I need to find a good place. Please, anybody out there, if you have a good place, send me a recommendation. I'm not asking for much.
Yeah.
I just want to come out with soft toes and feel good. That's it,
Right.
and not be cut.
Well, so going back to this great outdoor weather that
Yes.
Welcome back again to Relationships in Real Estate, R&R. I'm your host, Chris Silva. We had some technical difficulties, but this time I think we exorcised the demons. They're gone. So I think
Sure hope so.
I think we're officially back, and hopefully we have no more interruptions. But hey, we're going to roll with this.
Yes, thank you all for hanging in there and being patient with us as we go through a little bit of growing pains. Getting back to the show now. So we were just talking about the weekend and how nice it was with the weather and all the outdoor activities you did with the kids. You went to the park, playing basketball, and the kids have had this huge interest in, for a long time now, jigsaw puzzles. And
Jigsaw puzzles got us through the lockdown, through COVID. I think we've done like 35 to 40 Disney puzzles.
Yes. And some other ones sprinkled in there
some
too.
other ones sprinkled, but the majority of them are Disney. And they have so much patience, and it helps on team building because everybody has kind of like a little job to do, right? Patience. I love doing puzzles with the family. Like it's one of my favorite little activities to do together.
I think Chris loves the puzzles more than them because every morning he'll just be there, by his lonesome doing some puzzles.
I'm a problem solver, girl. I like to solve problems.
I like to put things together, make things happen.
Yes.
I get it. And their other activity, which we've really been embracing and pushing a lot, is reading.
Yes.
So Santino's really come a long way with reading because this year I feel like with his particular teacher, she really encourages reading a lot more than previous teacher from last year. And he's been doing great. Even on non-school days, he's reading and he loves it, which that makes me happy. Well, now Nola is getting to the point where she's reading and it's cool because she's never read before. So to see her sounding out words and actually comprehending what she's reading is so amazing. And she's proud of herself. What did she tell me yesterday? I go, how many books did you read today too? Oh no, I had some in the morning too. So she read 5 books yesterday. She was proud of herself.
She's so proud of herself, and she should. And I'm really big on celebrating every single win.
Yes.
So when we make it through a page, just one page of a book, and it's a children's book. She's in kindergarten, guys. If we make it through one page where she didn't have any mistakes, right? Or because we keep reading that page until she doesn't have any mistakes, right? It's all about high fives and how smart she is, how great she is, and how great of a job she did. She loves that. And any chance you get to celebrate your kids and tell them how great they are and how smart they are, how amazing they are,
You're
you
building
need to do
their
that.
confidence.
You need to do that as parents, right? So I think we do a great job with that. I love to help them with their affirmations and talk about how amazing they are every single day.
Yes, they need to know. And they even say, we have to love ourselves first, right? Before we can love anyone else. I'm like, yes, you have to love yourself. So it's huge. I love that. And it's encouraging to them so they can actually learn more too. So this past week, we not only had family dinner once, but we had it twice. And that was amazing because Lulu and Angel were in town. And I love how when they come to town, everyone drops what they're doing so we could have an impromptu dinner on a Thursday night, like in the middle of the week when people have to work the next day. Everyone came over so we could have family dinner and see them and welcome them home, which was amazing.
Look,
we always have such a good time.
It takes a lot of sacrifice to put that together. And I understand that. We always have we're central. So we have the space to have everybody over, right? And you're always cooking every week, right? And then, we got my brother that's up and his wife that are up in Lancaster. They're making that trip down.
Yeah,
right?
it's huge to be able to come down and do all that.
It's a huge trip.
And everyone always offers to bring something, which is amazing.
All the time.
Yes.
And then my other brother's in Studio City. And then him and Jocelyn, they're coming up, right? On a school night.
Yes.
Mind you, but it's because our sister's in town.
Yes.
And that's what family's about. That's what community is about. Some people have this with their family. Some people have this with their friends. We're trying to have a little mixture of both now that we have like a once a night, one dinner night a month with our new group, right? Our old
Not group, but we're having like a
our
friend
new
night.
dinner, or a new family dinner with friends. I love that. If you guys don't have that yet, it's so important. It's just like such an important time, not only for myself and for you and for our family members, but our kids look
They
so
love it.
forward to family night.
They always
love
ask,
it.
so is it Saturday yet? Is it family dinner? And they were so surprised when Angel and Lulu came over on Thursday. They just ran to them and jumped in their arms, which is so great. It makes me feel good, you know?
They love them. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
spending
put
time
that work
them.
in with our kids when they were small. And
They
our
have
kids
that
never,
relationship.
they have that relationship, and our kids will never forget it.
Yes, they love that. So we were lucky this week. We got to have 2 dinners, and yeah, it's fun. I look forward to it every week.
So before we continue, you aired one of your grievances out with this Mandy Petty.
Yes.
Right. What else happened that just kind of got on your nerves being out there in the public with other companies and brands and stores? What happened?
Oh my goodness. Before I get on that, we did have a comment. Rena's here with us. Hi, Rena.
Hey,
Thanks
Rena.
for joining us. She said, you guys are amazing parents. Your kids are a big reflection on you both, and they are both amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so she wants me to cry now. Thank you. That means a lot to us. But getting back to yes. Okay, so I don't mean to complain.
But I'm about to complain.
I'm about to. So no, I just don't understand. For any of you out there, now I can relate to people who are buying homes and you're out furniture shopping, right? Because we haven't bought furniture in a long time for our home, but we're doing some updating in there, and our couch is just beat up, right? So we need a new couch, a new sofa. So I told Chris, I'm all about like getting a good deal online, but how do you buy a sofa if you can't try it out first? So we decided to go to Ashley Furniture, which is one of the very few stores that are out here in Santa Clarita. There's a few other ones that we were going to check out, but I'm like, let's just go there. It seems like they have a good selection. So we found a sofa we liked, but we weren't sure about the space. Would this fit in our space? We're going to go home and measure it, but thank you so much for your time. So there was a gal there working who was awesome. She was such a good salesperson. And Chris and I were like, wow, she's really good. Maybe we need to talk to her about maybe she want to come work for us or something, because she was really good. But she didn't want to say take no for an answer. Like, she wanted to get that sale right then and there, even though she was the manager and she was working for another sales agent, and he really wasn't that good. But
She was a manager, huh?
She was the manager.
She was aggressive, but not pushy aggressive.
Yes.
She was really
She
good.
was likable.
I don't think she knows how good she is.
Right.
I've been doing sales a long time, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, over 20 years of sales, right? And I could spot talent a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have the energy to mold that talent anymore.
So it looks like Rena said, hey, and she said, funny, I was on there last night laughing, crying. I think she was online maybe for Ashley Furniture. And then Mahmood said, hey, Mahmood, thanks for joining us. He said, you would be surprised how easy they let you return. Wayfair delivered and took back 4 couches for free. I didn't even know that.
Girl, you need to get on that Wayfair.
I need to just do Wayfair. So, you know, she didn't want...
Thank you for that tip, Mahmood.
Yes,
That's
thank
huge.
you, Mahmood. I need to do that because I have bought furniture on Wayfair and I've never had to return it. But when it came to a sofa, I wanted to the touch and feel and see if I liked it. So the manager was awesome, but I'm like, you know what? She's like, why don't you go ahead and place the order now? And if it doesn't fit, we could always change that for you. I'm like, yeah, no, I need to go home and make sure before I place the order. So now I know why she was pushing me to place the order in store for their sale, right? So they advertised one price. The guy gave us a quote. And then I got home. I was like, you know what? I figured out what size I want. Let me place this order. Call them. Dude's not picking up his phone. It's his cell phone. I'm like, first of all, if I'm in sales, I'm going to pick up that phone, especially if I'm giving out my card and people are like about to buy a couch. Okay, fine. Call him the next day. Doesn't answer. I'm like, okay, let me just go straight to the manager. Go to place the order, and they're not going to be able to deliver it till way later than what he told me in the store.
They originally said they were going to deliver it on the 22nd, which would have been today.
Yes.
And then it changed to April.
Changed to April. I'm like, why
April
would
Fools.
he tell me that? Yeah, April Fools, we got you. So you mean to tell me I would have placed that order and you guys just lied to me about when it would be delivered? So that was the first strike. Then I'm like, let me think about it, because Chris is like, just find another couch. I need a couch now. All right. So I go online, Ashley online, and the price was the same as what they offered in store, but they give you a 15% discount if you sign up on there. Like, sign up for our newsletter. Okay. Why did I save $300 just by ordering it online, and I'm going to end up getting it sooner than what she promised me? That is really frustrating. Like, now I know why all these places shut down, because who wants to go into the store if you're going to get ripped off?
Right. You know what's funny is I think I do this because I'm in sales. So any place that I go, I'm very observant to people's sales techniques, where they're at in their sales career journey, right? Because you walked in, the guy that you got the card from, he was like the guy at the front door. He's kind of greeting people, right?
Right.
And bless his soul, but like when you should have your most well-spoken person at the front door greeting people.
Right.
He was not that. And hey,
Bless his heart. He was trying.
I'm not trash. He was a kid.
Yeah,
I'm not
he's
trash
learning.
talking. I'm not trash talking. I'm just saying
He's in the early stages
I'm
of
just
sales.
saying if you're setting up the team, right, and you're putting them in their different strategic places,
Right.
I wouldn't have put him there. And then my experience was a little different at Ashley. Like you go into like Bob's Furniture.
Oh, they're annoying where they're all up on you like, oh, here, I got this. I'll take it out the door today and we'll throw this in. And
So that impersonation's so funny because that's what you get there. You get like the older 50 plus salesperson, right? Where salespeople go to die, right?
terrible.
Selling like old furniture, right? Like
Right.
selling furniture from like the 90s. And then Ashley was way different. It was like a younger group of salespeople. They had a couple older people sprinkled in, but it was
they weren't
younger.
bothering you. So I felt better. Like they weren't bothering me. Like, let me just look around, then I'll tell you. But that experience, I was like, I cannot believe I just saved $300 by buying this online. And I decided, yeah,
I'm
I'll just do
100% with
that.
my mood, right? Like I'm all about Wayfair, buying stuff online. I don't enjoy the experience of going and sitting on 25 couches. It's not fun.
I did not sit on 25 couches,
Oh, I did.
though.
But I did. Because the kids are like, you were in the front of the train. I was in the caboose because we're taking care of our kids. And the kids were not following you as fast as they should have. So they wanted to sit on every couch because that's part of the fun. So daddy and the kids sat on 25 couches. You know, you couldn't get up and sit down and stand up because your back was jacked up. So you weren't doing all that.
No, I just wanted to look at it. If I like the way it looked, I'm going to sit in it. And I think there was 2 couches I sat in, and the one was the first one in the front that I wanted. So that was our experience with furniture shopping. And it looks like Rena said yes. She agreed with me. And she said, yep, and $100 off. Oh, $100 on top of that. I wish I would have got that on top of it. But anyways, that was my experience with furniture shopping. And I'm glad we found the couch and I'm done with that. Hopefully it's not damaged when it arrives.
Well, you're done if we don't buy another house. Because in talking about buying another house, we're going to switch things over to real estate because now we know the struggle. Hey, that's part of the struggle. Buying furniture once you get in that house, right? But today was jam-packed like I talked about. I had a group meeting with the leads, right? I'm going to post something. I'm so bad at posting, you guys, and I apologize, but I promise I'm going to make an effort. I'm going to post just the meeting room. We were meeting inside of one of Toll Brothers model homes today. I don't know. There's probably like 70 agents in there.
Wow.
It was packed.
That's good.
So check this out. You guys have to hear about this because word on the street is the market is heating up.
It
right?
is. It
and
sure
it's
is.
heating up so much so. Toll Brothers has this, over in 5 Point by Magic Mountain. They got 85 homes they're building there.
Right.
They've already sold about, I think they said they sold about 50 of them already.
Good for them.
They only have 35 left. One of them is moving ready right now. It's $1,675,000. It has a view of Castaic and like you can see the Williams homes from this backyard.
Right.
It's 3,600 square feet. So that's the only one that they have that's move-in ready today, right? If you had cash, you could move in tomorrow. Then they have 2 other homes that are going to be ready this summer, and then everything else needs to be built still.
Wow. So they're taking their time.
They're taking their time. But I also got a sneak peek of something else they're coming out with. They're so pleased, and when I say they, I mean Toll Brothers. They have a lot of stuff popping in like Porter Ranch, right? They've kind of taken over Porter Ranch.
Yes, they have.
I think that Santa Cruz is going to be their new hotbed of Toll Brothers homes.
Okay.
They've had such a good experience at 5 Point that they're working on something. If you guys drive by Tesoro, which is in Valencia, and you look up on the hill, you can see that they're grading land up there. Toll Brothers bought that land.
Wow.
So they're going to be building multi-million-dollar homes up there. They're going to start about 4,000 square feet.
Wow.
Up above 5,000 square feet. So we're talking about like little mini estates.
That's so nice.
It's going to be a gated community. And who knows what the market's going to be then. But just starting prices are going to be over $2 million.
Wow.
What does that tell you about Santa Clarita? Like, there's a lot of money out here, you guys. If you guys think it's all in LA and Glendale and the Valley, no. There's a lot of wealth out here in Santa Clarita. And you're going to start seeing these bigger homes being built, and you're going to see more wealth move here. So our market is a little bit different than everybody else's market because people are starting to figure out, like, Santa Clarita is a hidden gem. It's not so hidden anymore.
It's beautiful here. I love it. I really wish they would figure something out at the mall, though, because like all the stores are shutting down and there's really not many places to shop. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people have a gripe with.
But, you know, it's a natural survival of the fittest. Okay. It's just what it is. The stores get in there. They have to pay obscene amount of space or of rent for retail to be in the outdoor patio area. And, you know, only the best stores are going to survive.
I haven't even, to be honest with you, I don't even know what they have left there anymore because I have no need to go to the mall. So I'm wondering, like,
I'm not a mall guy.
Is that like why? Or are there a lot of people like us who just don't go to the mall anymore? Because in other areas, it's like a place to go, like an experience. You go, you have dinner, you hang out, and do a little bit of shopping in there, right? But I don't feel like that for Valencia Town Center.
Well, you know, if anybody follows like What's Up SCV, you start seeing all the places that have been shut down. The Paradise Ice Cream that we liked shut down.
I love those people.
Really,
They're
really
so
beautiful
sweet.
family.
Yes.
But guess what? It's just making room for new stuff to come in, right? And just to sprinkle a little bit more on you guys out there of what's happening in Santa Clarita, a little birdie told me that we have a Tesla dealership that's coming out to Santa Clarita.
Oh.
It's going to be on Creekside. That's huge, you guys. Just in the last few years, we have a Porsche dealership. Again, you can't open a Porsche dealership in Pacoima. Like, they're opening it here in Santa Clarita because it's blowing up out here, right? So now we're going to have a Tesla dealership. Well, thank the Lord, because I don't want to drive anywhere to get my car serviced, right? To get the car serviced. So we have a Tesla dealership coming out here. We still have more building coming out here. And when you have a luxury brand like Toll Brothers, because those are the most expensive builders out here now, right? And they feel comfortable enough to say, hey, we're going to start building, we're going to start another project and buy more land. That means sales is going really good. And so they have a $60,000 off this home in incentives. And they're also advertising 4.99 on a 30-year fixed. But just so, don't get too excited, because it's kind of the same thing. The rates are like 6.5% right now. So my guess is that $60,000 is to buy down the rate to be around 4.99. So you could use that 60 grand however you want in a move-in ready home right now, right?
Okay.
So they got that going on. I talked to Clarence over at Williams Homes. He says they're starting to move those homes a lot too. Like, they're really busy. So even though the rates have crept up this week, we're up to like 6.5%, 6.75 in some cases. The buyers are not flinching. They're just buying and buying and buying.
Right.
So it's heating up now in February, March. It's already been hot since December. I just don't see the market. Everybody's like, oh, the market's going to crash this year. How? We're already at 6.5% and it's not slowing things down.
Yeah, it's true.
There's no inventory.
Yeah, it's very limited inventory. And a lot of the new builders, I know you said that Toll Brothers has that incentive for rates, but I know that a lot of them are offering the lower rates too. They're offering all these different incentives to get people in. So if there are people who are deterred by the interest rates, it's not going to stop them. Like Williams Homes is offering that.
Right. Yeah. We do loans, guys. If you guys don't know, Silva Lending, we've been doing loans for 17 plus years, you know, and our clients will be the first ones to tell you if there's a program that's better than what we can offer, and which means we're not affiliated with that program or that company, we still tell our clients about it.
Absolutely. We want the best for them.
We want the best for them. We found a program for one of our friends that's a teacher. They're buying their house. You can buy your house as low as 5% down with no PMI.
Huge.
That's huge. It's a game changer. It's saving somebody like $600 a month. Reason I mentioned this, you had lunch with Rona at Logix.
Yes, I did.
And Logix was kicking everybody's butt out here, lender-wise, right? For like 6-7 months, they were smashing on all the competition because they were offering like 3.5 to 4.5% rates on 3 to 5 year fixed loans. But even Logix can't compete with some of these builders now because they're putting all their money into those incentives to bring people back to the table without reducing the prices on their homes.
Right. They want to keep the values there.
They know people will pay a premium to have new construction.
Yes.
So that's what we're seeing out there. The market's insane.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about our new listing, or at least introduce where it is?
So we have a new listing that's coming up in North Hollywood. It's a fourplex, and super excited about that. Do you want to tell a little bit about it? You have all the details.
I just need to get a drink of water real quick.
Well, he just wanted to keep talking, so gave me a little chance. All right, go ahead and take your breath.
So excited about this fourplex. So the reason I really wanted to make it to Elite today, and I want to make it every Wednesday, is so I could pitch this listing in front of 70 hungry agents out there, right? So we have a fourplex. It's in between Burbank, really close to Colfax, and Lancashire, closer to Colfax, off of Burbank on Irvine. It's a 4-unit, all 2-story. Every unit has a washer dryer and a private patio.
Nice.
Now, it's 8 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. So it's all 2 plus 2s, right? It's in an opportunity zone, which is humongous. I'm going to explain that to anybody that's an investor out there, or investors. Let's say you just you're getting ready to sell something big, whether it be a business. It doesn't matter what it is, but you need to do a 1031 exchange.
Yes.
So the government doesn't take all your money in capital gains, right? You can buy this property, or any property really, in an opportunity zone. There are so many tax benefits that people do not know about that are right here under your nose, right? If you buy this property and you hold on to it for 10 years, when you go sell that property, no capital gains tax.
Because it's an opportunity zone.
Because it's in an opportunity zone. So I want to touch on that a little bit, because I don't think people really, the seller had no idea what it was.
Shouldn't even know it was in
She
an
didn't even know.
zone.
And she had already talked to other agents that wanted to sell her house, right? We had competition for the listing.
Property.
And they didn't know about it, which baffles me. We're selling somebody's $1.7 million property, and you don't know the benefits of the property itself. Right. So opportunity zones, you guys, they're all over the United States, right? The government came up with these zones to basically, it's to gentrify the area. I was trying to find a better word for it, but let's call it what it is. It's gentrification, right? So they're usually not the best areas, although this is the NoHo district now.
Right.
Before, North Hollywood was like, North Hollywood, but now it's NoHo district.
Right.
It's more than halfway through that transformation already, right? So they have them all over the place, but it's a hotbed for investors because they could legally wash their money. Let's just call it what it is. They can go put their money there and then have a tax shelter. So people will pay a premium, and people, meaning investors, will pay a premium to buy apartments like this and properties like this if they're in an opportunity zone.
I think it's definitely a huge opportunity, this particular unit. So if you have anyone who is interested, please reach out to us, because we would love to help our sellers out so she can move on with her next chapter.
Yes, I feel like this property is going to go in rather quickly.
I think so too.
Cap rate's like 5.5%. We'll talk about commercial stuff at a different time. We more work with residential properties, but I think we're going to be acquiring more of these listings, because when I saw how bad the agents that are working these properties, how they don't know not all the agents, but these couple agents that talk to us, they are not educated and they're underserving these clients. I'm like, they need our help. We need to start hitting up some of these people.
Why would they not tell them that?
Because they don't know.
That's crazy.
Because they don't know.
No. I mean, geez, you could figure that out, right?
So people are right. The stigma of realtors, right? Well, all you do is just put it on the market and it sells itself. That is true for some agents. Put on the market, take some cell phone pictures, and it sells itself.
No way.
And then you have the real agents that we actually put in the work.
Yes, we just had photos done the other day, so I can't wait to see how those come out once we share them. That'll be nice.
So we'll be posting those probably tomorrow. It's really basic photos because there's no interior shots.
Right.
You're buying the building. It's already fully occupied. So, the rents are set, all that. But next week we'll have the video. And I can't wait to share with our audience why we're so different. The way we market a property is it's on another level. You know, so I'm excited to share that with them. And it's because we have the best team.
Yes, we do.
So
We do.
super
Definitely.
excited to talk about that.
Well, coming up, our buyers are closing escrow. Well, I thought they were going to be closing tomorrow. They actually closed today. So congratulations to our buyers. They got their keys a little bit earlier and they get to get all moved in and make the home their own, which we're super excited about. That's like, for me, I don't know about you, but whenever we delivered keys, that was like the most exciting, bittersweet time because you get to see these people like a lot during the whole process of finding a home, getting to know them, finally getting their offer accepted, and then getting into escrow. So for me, I was always sad, like, oh, I'm not going to be seeing you again as often, but super excited for our buyers and even more happy to be able to spend time with them after they get settled in and have dinner and stuff at their home. So congratulations. And I get some self-care today, fixes back up. Gotta go get a facial, which will be nice. That'll be relaxing.
Wait, chiropractor and a facial?
I told you yesterday, it's been in the calendar too. Don't try to call me out on my calendar.
Why are you so defensive? I'm not calling you out. I'm
I
just
knew
saying,
you
like,
were about
wow.
to. I
I'm
knew
like,
you
wow,
were
that's
about to. Like, oh,
amazing.
wow, you didn't even put that in the calendar?
Girl, no, I was not. But okay.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be, look, I'm going to be taking care of these babies.
Yes.
If they get their homework done fast, we're about to go to the park. We're going to do something. We're going to have fun.
How fun. Yeah, it's going to be cold out there, so I don't know about the park. Yeah, I'm going to be freezing. We have a property management conference coming up this week too, which I'm excited about. We're learning some new things.
Man, there is so much information to learn. I love this business.
Yes.
I love this business. I don't know how many agents, business owners like really love what they do. I love this. So like property management's a whole other beast, a whole other
Yes.
animal.
Yes.
If we weren't already experts in lending in residential real estate, I don't think we could take this on. But I feel so comfortable in those other two spaces, and we have a team in place that we could take this on with property management. I've learned so much in 60 days
Yes.
that I had no idea about. The moratorium. I learned today about this. There's a cat overpopulation. I learned yesterday, actually,
Yes.
because we got a cat problem at our place, right? So I love the business. We'll share these little tidbits. I think we'll start incorporating a little bit more of the property manager side.
Yes.
Because there's stories already.
Who knew that they don't even come and collect cats that are feral anymore because there's no room to put them in the into the pound or whatever.
So they have cat trappers, right? There's cat trappers that will capture the cats and take them to the shelter.
Right.
Right. So that way you give the cat a fair chance to get adopted.
Yes.
Right. And I've called like cat rescues and animal sanctuaries and all that stuff. Nobody's taking these cats. So
Why are people just irresponsible? Like spay or neuter the cat? Like why?
man, there's like 7 cats in this place. So I'm going to get it sprayed for fleas first, because I'm not going to go get like ringworms and stuff like going in there.
Stupid.
So I'm about to be the cat whisperer. I'm about to learn.
I don't think cats like to be whispered
I'm
to.
gonna roll over. Like I'm gonna have this huge ball of yarn. I'm just gonna push it by there. Maybe I'll get all those cats out of that place. I don't know what I'm gonna get, some catnip. I don't know.
Good luck with that.
I'm doing some research. We'll see what happens with these cats.
Well, we do have a friend. I don't know if she got back to you about possibly coming to help rescue those cats.
We'll see.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you, girl. Please help us. Thank you so much. And then this weekend we have the Soup for the Soul event that we're going to from Bridge to Home, which I'm really excited about going to.
So that's huge. Just really, well, it's not really quick, but a couple minutes, because I know you got to go, baby. A couple minutes. Bridge to Home is the temporary homeless shelter here in Santa Cruz.
Yes.
Okay. Been out here for a long time. Right now, they can house about 60 families where they are at, right? But it's temporary. There's no kitchen there. There's no plumbing.
Oh, wow.
So, like, if the people need to use the bathroom, they need to go out, like, in the porta potties,
Yeah.
in the cold dead of the night, right?
Not
It's not a good look. It's not a good situation. So they're working on getting a permanent structure.
Right.
If you go onto their website, you can actually, it's BTO dot home, I think. If you go onto their website, you can see what it's going to look like. It's amazing. They've thought about everything. So right now, the kitchen that they have there, all these places are like old bungalows from schools that they bought.
Okay.
they're not made for what they're using it for.
Right.
But they were just trying to figure out a way to help the
Yes,
people, right?
Of course.
So this new permanent place, that's what this Soup for the Soul is. It's an event to raise money to help fund this, right? It's you only get so much money from the state of California. Everybody wants to sweep the homeless problem under the rug, right? So this organization is doing something about it. Tomorrow we're gonna get they're gonna vote whether or not I join the board.
Oh, awesome.
So
I'm sure you'll get on the board.
We'll see that. But regardless, we will be at Soup for the Soul on Sunday.
However we could help out in the community, we're all about it.
All about it. It makes too much sense. I'm surprised there's not a ton of agents involved with a homeless shelter. Like, we provide housing, right? Like,
yeah, we help provide housing.
we
for
help
people.
provide housing. We help
Yeah.
people find housing. So, like, it just made too much sense to not help. But it's gonna be at the Canyon Country Community Center. So I think there's a few tickets left, and they're like $150 to join. If anybody wants to go or wants to donate, we're not taking donations, but you can go right onto their website and do it. Pretty excited to bring back some more information about that once I have a meeting with them on tomorrow, and then once we go to the event on Sunday.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And thanks to my mom. Big shout out to her for watching the kids for us. We really appreciate you. So we can actually get out and go and attend these events. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We had the best time with you. I know we had a little bit of hiccups with our show, but we're working out the kinks, and everything hopefully will run smoothly on our next show. That is going to be the show for today. Thank you for joining us here on R&R. We're your host, Corey and Chris Silva, and we will catch you here weekly every Wednesday at noon. Have a great week.
Bye.